Welcome to Longwax. So far, you've come across this symbol before. It works well for many problems like this. But for harder problems, things get easier with this one. And this division symbol is almost like a map house because it holds three special areas for our division problem. First, we have the area underneath the line. This is where we put the number we are dividing now. The math word for that number is the dividend. Often, this is the biggest number in the problem. Next, we have the number up front. This is the number we are dividing by. The math word for that number is the divisor. And finally, we have the space above the line. That is where our answer goes. The math word for the answer is the quotient. Alright, to cause no trouble, let's start with 8 divided by 2. We write 2 outside the house and 8 inside it. So we ask, how many 2 will it take to make 8 or almost 8? 2 fit into 8 exactly 4 times if you look at your multiplication chart. So we write 4 on top of the house because that is the answer. Next, we multiply back. We take the 4 and multiply it by 2 to check if it is true that 2 fit into 8 4 times. So we multiply. 4 times 2 equals 8, so it's true. But we are not done yet. Now we subtract to see what is left. 8 minus 8 equals 0. Since nothing is left over, the division is exact. So the final answer is 4. And this tells us 4 groups of 2 actually make 8 exactly. So this is a basic idea we use for one or more dividend digits. Like 64 divided by 2. As I showed before, we write 2 outside the house and 64 inside it. So the first step is to divide the first number of our dividend by 2. For now, the other digits stay frozen. So we are just looking at 6 divided by 2. So we ask, how many 2's will it take to make 6 or almost 6? Well, 2 3's will make 6, so we put a 3 in our answer line. But where exactly does it go? The answer digit always goes directly above the digit we are dividing. Since we divided the 6, the 3 goes right above the 6. Now, we multiply. 2 times 3 equals 6, so we write the 6 below the first 6 so that we can subtract. 6 minus 6 equals 0. We solve our first mini problem, 6 divided by 2, but we still have another digit untouched. So what do? We can't just leave it there. It is 0 degrees inside. So now we will fix the next digit and bring it down beside the 0, and together they make a brand new mini problem. Now we have 4. So we ask, how many 2's will it take to make 4 or almost 4? Well, 2 2's will make 4, so we put a 2 in the answer line. Now we multiply. 2 times 2 equals 4, so we write a 4 below the first 4 so that we can subtract. 4 minus 4 equals 0. See the idea? This one is almost to cause trouble because 852 definitely is not on a multiplication table. In fact, the multiplication chart is way too small for a number this big. So what do? Instead of trying to divide the entire 852 by 3 all at once, we break it into smaller steps by dividing one digit at a time. We still work digit by digit from left to right. So the first step is to divide the first digit of our dividend by 3. For now, the other digit is still frozen. That makes it look like we just have the problem 8 divided by 3. So we ask, how many 3 will it take to make 8 or almost 8? Well, 2 3 will make 6, and that is close without going over. So we put a 2 in the answer line. The answer digit always goes directly above the digit we are dividing. Since we divided the 8, the 2 goes right above the 8. Now we multiply. 2 times 3 equals 6, so we write a 6 below the 8. 8 minus 6 equals 2, so our remainder is 2. We solve our first mini problem, 8 divided by 3, but we still have a remainder hanging around. So what do we do next? We can't just leave it there, so now we unfreeze the next digit and bring it down beside the remainder, and together they make a mini problem. Now our remainder becomes 25, so we ask, how many 3 would it take to make 25? Well, 8 times 3 is 24, and that is close, so we write the 8 in the answer line above the 5. Now we multiply. 8 times 3 equals 24. We write 24 below 25. Now we subtract. 25 minus 24 equals 1. So our remainder is 1. Now we bring down the last digit. Our remainder becomes 12. As always, how many 3 will make 12? That will be 4. So we write 4 in the answer line. Then 4 times 3 equals 12. 12 minus 12 equals 0. That means we are done. And 852 divided by 3 equals 284. Now, 84 divided by 2. We use the freeze and unfreeze method. First, 2 goes into 8 4 times. 4 times 2 equals 8. 8 minus 8 equals 0. Now we bring down the 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 2 equals 4. 4 minus 4 equals 0. Let's try a bigger one. We still solve it step by step using freeze and unfreeze. First, we divide the first digit by 4. For now, the other digit is still frozen. That makes it look like we just have the problem 4 divided by 4. So we ask, how many 4 will it take to make 4 or almost 4? Well, just 1. So we put a 1 in the answer line. Now we multiply. 1 times 4 equals 4. So we write 4 below the 4. Now we subtract. 4 minus 4 equals 0. We solve our first mini problem, but we still have more digit waiting. So now we unfreeze the next digit and bring it down beside the 0. Now we have 2. 4 is bigger than 2, so we put a 0 in the answer line and move on. Now we unfreeze the next digit and bring it down. Now we have 28, so we ask, how many 4 will it take 28 or almost 28? Well, 7 times 4 equals 28, so we are lucky. So we put a 7 in the answer line. Now we multiply. 7 times 4 equals 28. So we write 28 below the 28. Now we subtract. 28 minus 28 equals 0. Now we unfreeze the next digit and bring it down. Now we have 1. Can 4 fit into 1? No, 4 is bigger than 1. So we put a 0 in the answer line and move on again. Now we unfreeze the next digit and bring it down. Now we have 16. So we ask, how many 4 will it take to make 16? Well, 4 times 4 equals 16 if you remember your multiplication chart. So we put a 4 in the answer line. Now we multiply. 4 times 4 equals 16. Now we subtract. 16 minus 16 equals 0. Now we unfreeze the last digit and bring it down. Now we have 4. How many 4 will it take to make 4 or almost 4? Just 1. So we put a 1 in the answer line. 1 times 4 equals 4. 4 minus 4 equals 0. That means we are done. So, the final answer is 107,041. That is the basic procedure for long division. As you can see, it can feel a little complicated at first, but just freeze and unfreeze one step at a time. It gets easier every time you practice. Thanks for watching Long Maths.